Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N, another daily dose positive postman. So look, I got the skull out here, and I know we call it the skull cap from the D, beanie cap, whatever you want to call it, the old army knit cap, whatever you want to call it, man. And I know you might see the sun out and everything, and it's a nice, wonderful day. You probably like, why this fool got a skull cap on? And sometimes I used to think the same thing. I never understood how people down south, now that I live in the south, how people in the West Coast, I never understood how they was wearing like winter coats and skull caps and hoodies and things like that, because in my clothes mind, it was hot on the West Coast. It was hot in the South. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. It get cold in the Midwest, it get cold on the East Coast, but I didn't know it got cold like that in the South. But here's the thing, man, change is inevitable. Now, growth, that's a choice. According to John C. Maxwell, what do I mean? When I came to Texas, I was used to the heat because I had just left Iraq, right? And I had been in the heat for a while, so it didn't bother me. I was able to withstand the 90 degrees, the 100 degrees, the 105 degrees. I was able to withstand all that because I had been a part of it. I had been in it for a while, for some months, maybe a year or so. So your body adapts. Change is inevitable. It's how you grow in it, though, is what's important. Now, when I came down here thought I seen a little bird or something. Now, when I came down here to Texas, I wasn't expecting it to get cold. And I ain't saying it get below freezing and all that stuff. You had a few days in the last 13 years. I ain't saying it get below freezing on a regular basis. But our body changes, though. Your body is so special that it adapts to the climate that you in. So now that I've been in Texas, 13 years minus 2 for a minute back in Michigan, but 3 years back, now that I've been in Texas for all this time, my body has adjusted to the temperature of Texas. So anytime it drops down to 45, 44, 30 degrees, to me it's a little cool outside. Especially when on 2 days ago, Easter Sunday, it was 86 degrees. And this morning when I woke up to go on my walk, it was 40 degrees. That's a 40-degree difference. Change is inevitable. It's about how we grow in that change that makes the difference, though. See, I'm not going to be foolish and walk outside like, oh, I'm from the D, I'm from Michigan, we don't get cold around there. What you doing with a coat on and a hoodie? Hey, I used to say that my first 6 months in Texas, but my body has changed. My mindset has changed. And I understand that when change happens, you can either grow with it or change will roll over you. So what am I saying? Your life has changed in a number of ways. You've gotten older. You ain't getting no younger. You've gotten older. Some of us has gotten better shape. Some of us has gotten worse shape. Some of us has been in relationships. Some of us are single. Some of us have been married, divorced. You got kids, right? A lot of changes occurred in your life. We lost loved ones. We lost friends. A lot of changes occurred in our life. But how did we grow? How did you grow during that change? See, mentally, I grew coming to Texas, understanding, knowing that just because you have the capability to do it doesn't mean you should do it. Just because I have the capability to come outside in t-shirt and short sleeve shirt like other people do doesn't mean that I should do it. Because my growth mindset tells me I'm cold. And if I'm cold, I might get sick. So if your growth mindset is telling you you've grown past these type of relationship, you've grown past these type of friends, you've grown past this neighborhood, you've grown past this job, change is inevitable, baby. Don't let change move on without you, especially when you've already grown past a bad situation. After dropping out of high school, my mindset changed. I wasn't thinking about no school. But fast forward 20 years later and going back to college and getting a degree, my mindset was a different mindset. I had grew to understand that I could do anything that I put my mind to. And it's the same thing for you. The biggest thing about change, though, that I haven't mentioned yet, is changing your mindset. Romans 12:2. I don't care what your religious preference is. I'm not on all that. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in a higher power. But Romans 12:2 in the Bible says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be renewed by the transformation of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So in order for you to truly change and grow in your change, you have to renew your mind. See, the world is going to change around us. As y'all can see, I done been in here a number of times. And I was in here in the winter time for Texas months, and it was all brown. Now I'm in here in the springtime and you see the yellow and the white and the green and maybe a little purple from the blue bonnets and all this other stuff. Change is inevitable. But what's going to occur? What type of growth is going to occur in your change? What type of growth is going to occur in your life during this pandemic in our life? See, our life is going to change for probably a long time, probably forever. The way we know life, the way we do things, the way we've lived life up until the point of coronavirus has changed. Now, how will you grow during this pandemic? How will you grow during this situation? What are you doing to grow? I tell you what you need to change. Same thing that I had to change. I had to change my mindset. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. When you became a man or a woman, you put childish things behind you because you understood that change was inevitable. But growth, that's a decision that you make. That's a decision that I make. So change is going to happen in your life. But I'm going to ask you this. How you going to grow when that change comes? What are you going to do different in your life to ensure that you get everything that you want in your life? What are you going to do different in your life to ensure you set your kids up for life? How are you changing your mindset to truly grow in life? Or are you using the same mindset that you used 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? And if you don't believe me, if you don't know if your mindset changed, look at your life and see what's different. Look at your life and see what's different. See, y'all, there's some things I need to change. And one of them is I'm continuing to work on it. I'm growing and I'm actually doing not so bad at it, I guess. But I'm continuing to change my mindset of how to deal with finances and not to be so dependent upon anybody else. But in doing that, growth is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, y'all. So keep working towards your growth because change is inevitable. But growth, that's up to you. It's your boy Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N. Hopefully this motivation and inspiration was something for your situation to free and relax your mind as if you are on vacation. I hope this video changed your mind about your life because change is inevitable, but growth, that's a decision that you and I make. I feel like I smell like some fresh wild grapes or something out here, man. Hey, man, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day, man. I'm out. Peace.